Hey look, there's no more snow. I think it's actually going to be 10 degrees today, so it's definitely feels more spring-like out here. So I don't have a greenhouse on my farm. I start everything in my basement under lights, and then when the baby plants are big enough, they come up to my garage. And here they have a chance to slowly transition to the outside weather, to get used to the sun and the wind, and in spring to get used to maybe the cooler temperatures out here. So everything I wheeled outside and is on carts, all like cooler weather. They don't mind if it's 5 or 10 degrees. They really just don't want to be frozen at night. I have some ranunculus up top. I have some mountain mint. I love mint. This is a perennial scabiosa, ranunculus. And I'm trying again some more delphinium. I never had luck with them, but we'll see what happens this year. Probably with anything, with gardening, farming, there's always new techniques, new things to learn. The last few years I've been working on changing my farm to no-till and regenerative farming practices, and one of the things is to make your own plant food and your food to feed your biology. This is water-soluble calcium from Korean natural farming. And to make water-soluble calcium, you really just need 2 ingredients. Apple cider vinegar and eggshells. And all you do is first put the eggshells in a jar, and then you mix in the apple cider vinegar. And when combined, they make this fun chemical reaction. So the calcium is being extracted from the shells by the vinegar. Calcium just has so many benefits for the plants. It just makes a healthier plant. I think the stems are stronger, the buds are better. I think it has something to do with the wall cells inside the plants. You think I would learn my lesson? I did this last time and I filled my jar up too full, thinking I left enough space, but it does react and it does explode. I think the volcanic eruption has stopped. It's still, I don't know if you can see, it's still mixing itself in there, and it will do that for a few days. After 10 days, technically it's considered ready, and then you can sift out the eggshells. But it's so fun. I love this. And my plants love it. So this was totally my fault. The first time I made this path, I obviously didn't put enough weights down for our winter winds. Oops. So this week I ordered some new trays from an online, I think they have a store too, but an online company called Indoor Farmer. And I ordered a mesh that hopefully fits in the bottom. And you may ask, why do I have lavender? These are called Bootstrap farmer trays. This is my first year trying them, and they come in black, but also multiple colors. I have my first ones I tried. These are mesh, blue. I think I have orange and green. I don't know if I don't have a purpose for the color. This was the only color that was left. I was just going to order black, but they were out this week. So the reason I ordered more trays is that these are not as tall as the trays I'm used to. So this is the height that I usually work with. I thought I would like these. I do love them. They're super strong. I like that part of it. But I also, my treat for me this year is I ordered a new larger soil blocker from Swift Blocker. And I thought I could use these trays, but they don't quite sit in properly, and I didn't realize that. So I'm glad I didn't order too many of these. I was just trying them out. Supposedly, look at that. Yes, this works better. So maybe next week I'll fill these up. This is great. Awesome. So I thought I would take you down to my basement where I keep most of my plants, my seedlings that I start in January, and they're slowly growing. Lisianthus takes a really long time to get to a decent size. So I do have some, this tray has a bunch of different kinds. I do have some older ones in here that are quite big and ready to go outside. All the way down to baby ones. Anyways, they're all different sizes. These are a little bit smaller. I think these were seeded middle of February, so they've been growing for a month and a half. But I took you down here because this is also what I bought in my package, is sticky strips. I've never used them before. I've had fungus gnats before, but I bought them because I seem to have quite the population of fungus gnats this winter. Likely my fault, because fungus gnats thrive on moist soil, probably overwatered maybe a little bit, and maybe didn't have the fans blowing enough to keep the top of the soil dried out. So now I have fungus gnats everywhere, and I'm trying to get that under control, because I also have some Lisianthus that are showing signs of disease and wilting, which means that they have either a root rot disease or the fungus gnats larvae are eating the fine roots of my seedlings. So that also could be why they're wilting. So it's probably two problems. I have some kind of fungal disease, and I have fungus gnats possibly eating my roots. But this is what's happening. So if we look at this Lisianthus, it's quite wilted, and there actually is part of the leaf eaten. I have cinnamon on that, but so once they're sick, it's best just to get them out, because if it is a fungal problem, I don't know if it's going to spread. This one, I don't know if you can see, the leaves are all gone. So I don't know if that was the larva from the fungus gnats or something else is in here eating my Lisianthus. Super frustrating. So the idea with the sticky strips is that you hang them and then the fungus gnats are going to stick to them. They're attracted to the bright yellow, and hopefully that will control my population a bit. I think there's other steps I can take, but this is step one. Hopefully this helps a little bit. And secondly, just going to try and get these lizzies outside as quick as possible and just get them out of this environment, and maybe that will help as well. I think that's enough talk about my sad lizzianthus. Well, there's actually quite a few good looking lizzianthus. There's just some sad looking ones. Hopefully we can put a stop to that. I think maybe instead I'll just stand up here, hang out with the baby eucalyptus. I did read that fungus gnats don't like the smell of eucalyptus, so they are flying around here. I just don't think they're doing any damage. But thanks a lot for hanging out with me this week, and hope to see you back next week.